Hello, y'all. My name is Casey and I have almost absolutely no idea what I'm doing. But I've got my obligatory stack of books here and we're going to see what happens. Welcome to my Booktube.
Case can probably read.
So, the first thing I did when I thought I might want to start one of these was I got on YouTube and watched a bunch of videos about how to start a Booktube channel. Almost everyone seemed to agree that the thing you need to do at first was to record a Booktube Newbie video and answer the 10 questions. So that's what I'm gonna do. Question number 1. Why did you start this channel? The short answer is to see if I could, and I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. There's a good chance this will not be my calling. The long answer is, have you ever seen that scene at the end of Mean Girls where they're all in the gym and they're reading their letters and doing trust falls into the crowd? And there's a girl that gets up and reads a really emotional letter and someone in the crowd calls out, "Do you even go to school here?" And she says, "No, I just have a lot of feelings." That's me, but about books. Question number 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to YouTube? I don't know yet. I've got some ideas and I've got some opinions, but in order to find out if any of them are gold or not, you're pretty much just going to have to stay tuned. Question number 3. What are you most excited about for your channel? Reading the books and talking about the books. Question number 4. Why do you love reading? Do you know that moment when you're reading a book, a really good one, and something about it, it's either the theme or what the characters are going through or an idea that's expressed, something in it makes you go, this is important. This is something that matters. And when you read it, you automatically want other people to read it and to see the same thing that you see, that this is an idea that means something. That's what I love about reading. And also the escapism. Question number 5. What book series got you into reading? Honestly, I got into reading at a pretty young age, so the first series I really remember tearing through were things like Babysitter's Little Sister and the Sweet Valley Twins. But as far as the series that kept me reading, it was Harry Potter. But the reason that it was Harry Potter was because I wasn't allowed to read those books as a kid. My parents didn't feel that they were appropriate. I disagreed, and my best friend from school was allowed to read them, and we rode the bus home together from school every day. So the first 3 books I actually read over her shoulder on the bus. By then I was hooked. So when we were in junior high, she lent me the next 2. I snuck them home and I read them in my room secretly. I remember having to silently weep in my room when I finished the 4th one because I couldn't get caught. When I was in high school, we moved and I found a friend at my new school who lent me the next book in the series. And by the time the 7th one came out, I was in college. So I didn't have to ask anybody anymore. But I think that the struggle that I went through to finish that series on my own terms kind of set me up to be a lifelong reader, because now as an adult, I can read whatever I want. And the experience that I had kind of makes it harder to take that for granted, I guess. So, Question number 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Well, most of the questions that I want to know right now, they probably answered in their newbie tag video, and most of the questions that I will have later, I don't know what they are yet. So hopefully I will find someone to ask at that time. Question number 7. What challenges will be the hardest with Booktube? All of them. All of them will be the hardest. Pretty much the only thing that might not be difficult is the actual reading of the books. Everything else will absolutely be outside the realm of my expertise, at least for now. Question number 8. When did you start reading? I'll be honest, when I read this question, my first instinct was to call my mom and ask her at what age I actually became literate. But after I watched a few of these videos, I realized we aren't talking about that. We're talking about what age we got into reading, I guess, which I already told you was at a pretty young age. I was probably maybe 7 or 8 when I really got into reading. So, question number 9. Where do you read? I read everywhere. I read there. I read there. I read all over this house. I read in the car. I read at work. I read everywhere. Question number 10. What kind of books do you read? I will be honest, right from the get-go, I read a lot of the young adult fiction because I feel like there are a lot of great young adult writers, there's a lot of great themes, and I don't think there's a reason to poop on it just because it's written for young people. Because guess what? Young people aren't stupid. So, there's that. I like fantasy. I like it kind of across the board. I'm not really into high fantasy most of the time, but I like to look at things that have pretty cool magic systems. So anything with a really cool magic system, anything that has magic, I think it's better if you add it. I like nonfiction that kind of talks about where different movements intersect with belief. So this past year, I've read a lot of stuff about like the evangelical movement and politics. Also, women becoming clergy and becoming members of faith movements and things like that. So like feminism and faith. I really find those interesting, and I think that they are neat reads. I also really enjoy writing craft books and learning about how to structure stories and learning to sense that in the books that I'm reading. And somehow, just like that, I've answered all 10 questions. So thank you. I don't promise that I will be really great at this, but I'm going to give it the old college try because I do enjoy reading and I do enjoy sharing that with other people. So, be happy if you joined me. Bye.